that to God accomplish anyway? If he doesn't need it, what's the deal? Well, number one, it exposes the reality of my faith in God. Do I trust him to provide for me? Number two, it causes me to get into ministry. You say, what? You mean I have to sign up to do something? No. What I mean by that is if you start tithing to God and giving to God's business, it causes you to get involved in ministry, meaning this: you are going to start being very, very in tune to pray, oh God, use these monies that I'm given to the glory of God. Lord, use this wisely. You know what? God is so good. You know all the precious people, the little old ladies from Pasadena who gave money to all those crackpot televangelist people who crash and burn? You know who loses? Don't think that little old lady from Pasadena lost. She didn't give it to Jimmy Swaggart or whoever those shysters were or are. She didn't give it to them. Who'd she give it to? God. If a little widow from Pasadena gives money to God and then this guy blows it, can you imagine being in his shoes in the day of judgment? Listen, that's serious. I take that seriously. You better take that seriously. It's God's. It belongs to him. It allows me also to see God work in my life personally. Will I experience God in every way? The answer to that is yes, when I begin to get involved and I begin to give him this monetary amount. It matters, and I'll tell you why later. It increases my faith in God. I will look to him to watch over, to provide for me. It also does this. It establishes a godly discipline in my life. I will put the Lord first in everything I do. When you get your paycheck, is your first thing to God? Or do you pay your bills? That's good. You need to pay your bills. Do you plan out all your fun and all your goof off and the movies and the dinners, and then what's left give to God? That's wrong. God first, always God first. God first, pay your commitments, and whatever's left over for fun, that's your business. It also keeps me prioritized in life. Should I buy this or should I get this? And what about this thing in life? What about this bonus? What about this return? What about this opportunity? God, what do you want me to do? Very serious things. It doesn't depend upon who I am in life, though. It doesn't matter if I'm rich or if I'm poor. Jesus is looking at the heart. He saw also a certain poor widow. In 2 Chronicles 16:9, the Bible says that the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout all the whole earth to show himself strong on behalf of those whose hearts are loyal toward him. And you guys, let's be honest. Money and how we handle it rivals our loyalty with God. And no one wants to talk about this stuff. Also this, mark it if you would, it's a personal encounter with God. Worship is an individual act because it's a personal encounter with God. It says there that he saw this poor widow putting in 2 mites. 2 mites. What does he, the Lord, mean to you? You guys, she's only got 2 mites. Is she not a widow? Isn't she poor? Aren't the rich right next to her dumping in big bucks? Come on, be honest. Would you want to be around all those rich people if you're poor? Don't you definitely feel like the odd man out? Do you think she's humble? Jesus is watching this whole thing. I think I would have been tempted to stay home. If I were her, I think I would have mailed in my giving. She shows up. It's a personal encounter. You know, listen, frankly, she doesn't care about what the rich people do or think or say. Jesus is all she's got. The Lord is all she has. This becomes very tender here very quickly. It's a personal encounter. She's come to the temple, and she's giving all.